Hello everyone, in this video I will talk about the letter of invitation for Canada Visitor Visa. I will show you how to write an effective letter of invitation for your friends, family, and this is going to be a very informative video. I have simplified letter of invitation for you. So I have divided it into four parts. The first part is your detail, the person who is writing this letter of invitation, and the second part is for the person you are inviting. So in my case, I'm inviting my parents, therefore it is my parents' detail. Before I show you this letter of invitation, I feel it is very important to show you this website. So this is from Government of Canada, and if you go on this website, you can see what details you need in your letter of invitation. So you can type letter of invitation Canada on Google and you can click on this link. Once you do that, you will get this page, and over here you can see what details the Government of Canada needs from you in your letter of invitation. So there are two sections over here. The first one is for the person that you are inviting. So if you are inviting your parents, this is going to be their detail, and the second information they need is for your information. So this will be your information. So these are your detail. Don't worry, I'm going to be talking about in detail. So now let me go back. So in this example, the first part is your detail. In your detail section, you need to mention your name, you need to mention your date of birth, you need to mention if you are studying, you need to mention your university name, and you need to talk about your permit, as well as you will need to attach it. Other than these details, you also need to provide your address, your telephone number. So I have written it at the very bottom of this letter. Now let me go back to the Government of Canada website, and let us check what details they require. So your name, yes, we have provided. Date of birth, address and telephone number. So here is the address and telephone number. Job title, if you are studying, you can have you can write about your education and your permit details. So we have covered that. Having talked about your detail section, now let us go to the second part of it, your parents detail, or anybody who you are inviting. It could be your siblings as well, or anyone you are inviting. So over here you need to mention their name, you need to mention their date of birth, born on, like your father name will come here, born on indicate their date of birth, your mother name indicate their date of birth, and mention there where they are living right now, their address and their telephone number. Also to note that you need to mention what relation do you have with them. So I have mentioned over here, I provide this letter of invitation on behalf of my parents, so I have mentioned it. So we have talked about the relation, we have talked about their name, their date of birth, their address, and their telephone number. Let us check the website now. So name, yes, we have provided that. Date of birth, yes. Address and telephone number, yes. Relationship to that person. So these 5 points we have already covered. Now the next thing is the purpose of the trip. Let us again go to my letter. So the first two I believe should be very clear to you. The third part is reason to for visit. This is your purpose of travel. Over here you need to mention that you are applying for a temporary resident visa, and you need to mention how long they will be staying. So they will, if they will be staying from say 10 January till 30 January, indicate that, and mention why are they visiting you. So there could be multiple reasons they could visit you. Say for some they could visit you, say you are graduating, they could visit you for your convocation. Say you just have a newborn baby, so they could come there to visit their grandchildren, and they could even come for general tourism purpose, so that is all right. Okay, so there could be many reasons. According to your own situation, you should write your reason. So this is also now done, the purpose of the trip, and this is also done how long the person plans to stay in Canada. So we have mentioned from this to that day, so we have already mentioned when they will be leaving and how long they will be staying. However, there is a very important point that I want to tell you, that is about strong ties. So look, in the visa officer mind, any person who is coming to Canada, they are a potential immigrant. They may settle in Canada permanently. So you should have a strong reason to go back to your home country. In this case, your parents. Your parents should have a strong reason to go back to their home country. And if they have a strong ties to their home country, they have a reason to go back to their home country. So you should mention about something that gives them reason to go back to their home country. So I have mentioned that I have my siblings in India and my parents will return back to them after their visit to Canada. And I have also mentioned that my father also has business in India and they will go back to India to take care of their business. So this is very important and I have made several videos on this. I have, if you can go on my YouTube channel and check my Canada visa playlist, you'll find many videos. So let me talk about this briefly. Anything that gives you reason to go back to your home country proves your strong ties to that country. For example, you have a business there, you have an employment there, you have family there, you have properties there, you have investment there. All these gives you reason to go back to your home country and you should mention those over here. Having talked about the reason for visit, now let me talk about proof of fund. This is also again very important. You want your parents to come to Canada. Therefore, if your parents going to finance their trip themselves, you should mention it over here. If you are going to sponsor them, you should mention that too over here. So in this example, I have mentioned that they have the sufficient fund with themselves. I have mentioned how much Canadian dollars they will be bringing, and I'm going to attach their bank statement and other documents proving educate fund. The other documents could be investment, properties, and obviously your bank account statement. So if you are going to sponsor them, you can also attach your bank statement, your other documents. Now let me summarize it. First, you should mention about your details, then your parents' detail, then the reason for their visit, and finally about the proof of fund. After that, you can write that if they have any questions, they can reach out to you. And after that, you can sign it off and give your details over here. So this is how you write an effective letter of invitation, and I have cross-checked all the details from this. You can use my letter of invitation as a sample. You can come to this website and you can read it over here as well. And by using this, you can write a very good letter of invitation. So I hope you find this video useful, and I have made several videos on Canada Visitor Visa. I've also made a video on how to fill Canada Visitor Visa. I've also made a video on how to fill Canada Visitor Visa if you are applying on behalf of someone else. So there are several videos there for you. One more video that you can watch is that what to do to not get your visa refused. That is very important, I believe. So watch those videos, get your doubts cleared, and best of luck. Thank you so much.